Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall is later than I expected. It's 22:11 on whatever night of the week it is. Back with one for tomorrow. So far, I may add to it. I don't know about Southwell or Southwell. Tomato in the morning. If it goes ahead, I may pick one as well. And might have a look at a couple of the markets in Cheltenham if I get time. Bit of housekeeping first. Newcomers on the bus: Darren Corcoran, Thomas Murphy, Ewan, EWIN. I presume you pronounce that as Ewan. That would be Welsh to me. And Punk Rocker 6431. Punk Rocker, it must be the first punk rocker on the bus, but you're very welcome. I done a small bit of punk rocking in my youth. You wouldn't think that, but there used to be a show that time on the road. It used to be called Tops of the Town. And it was an hour-long variety show, and nothing could last longer than, I think, 4 minutes or 5 minutes. So there was multiple variations of song and laughter and whatever. So there was three of us. We were dressed up like the Sex Pistols. I can't remember the song. I think it was Wanna Be Me. So we had boxes, and they were covered in tinfoil, and we had a drummer there, and he had a headband. We all had headbands on, and he was baiting the shite of the boxes, you see, as the drums. We had two guitars. Well, there was four of us. There was two guitars. I was on one guitar, and there was another one guitar. And the lead singer, his microphone was a carrot, and he was swinging it about. And when the song was over, then we absolutely made pulp out of the guitars, kicked the drums around the place and everything. That was part of it, wrecking the place. Joe Walsh from the Eagles would have been proud of the damage we done. So we kicked them up and around the stage and everything. It lasted about 45 minutes. So there was a lot of older people in the front rows. They thought we had lost the plot entirely. So the sleeves cut off, the shirt and everything, and earrings or pre-tinned earrings. So it's crazy stuff altogether. But we got a prize as the best original whatever, I don't know, or I don't know. We got something anyway. It was a great crack them days. I was in 15 or 16 at the time. The newcomers on the bus, the punk rocker reminded me of that. Also a bit of housekeeping. I sent the money today. I meant to do it there a few days ago, but I always wait sort of the middle of the month, to the Injured Jockeys Fund in England. That goes through Just Giving, and anyone can check that out to see that it's on Just Giving. And I sent also 50 to the Irish Jockeys Fund. That goes through Enthuse. So both of them was done today. I went looking then for Paul Butler's suggestion for his pick, and I read it at the time. I know it's in Birmingham. I think it was in Solihull or something, and it was gone. A lot of comments they'll go off the channel. I don't take them off. Several people have said to me they put up a comment and they go. I don't know where they go to. Into thin air, I guess. But Paul, could you send me that again? And if they don't have a donate thing, I'll do it tomorrow. If you post it to me in the morning. If they don't have a post or a place to donate, I have cousins living in Birmingham, and I will send on the 100 to them, and they will get it off. If not, I hope to get to Birmingham before the end of February. At some point. That's the plan anyway. And maybe at that point I might get to Coventry as well, to see Marietta. I can't plan ahead too far, but anyway. Also I had written down here Paul Manton double, brilliant. I didn't get it. I forgot about that last night. Well done, Paul. I forgot to check today. I went off visiting, when I went in shopping to town there this evening. But I visited a house. I said I'll call in for 45 minutes to an hour. I must be 3.5 hours there. And I was trying to go several times, but he's a man, we're long time friends. And the stories, he's always reminiscing. He loves when I call and we reminisce about things. I worked for him when I was 17 or 18. and we remain friends ever since. And it's old stories and pure shite, really, but it's good crack. So I didn't get home here until 10, so I had to quickly run through for tomorrow. I just have one. Um, then Plumpton was called off, so pity Dickie couldn't get to Plumpton on his birthday. I got a message with a photograph from Niall today showing both of them in a happy mood going for a long lunch. So I hope they enjoyed each other's company. What else was I to say? Oh yeah, we were on to today. We had that one was not running in Plumpton, so then we had one in Dundalk. That went out to 17-2, and was late money for it. And they were given 15-2 each way. That'd be in the first 5 places. I thought that was an absolute steal. Got a brilliant ride from stall 14 by Hugh Horgan. He got quick out of the stalls, got into a good position, and then went on the inside for the cutaway, got it, and won snug enough, I thought. Well done to him. Fair play to him. Grand, finished up an SP of 11-2. I was afraid of that Dingle because it had good back form with Richard Hannon, but I was hoping that Hala Ind would get cover from where he was. You're better off drawing high in Newcastle. And even at a mile, he should have got cover. He stayed on the outside, shot his load, and I thought he might stay on for second for a reverse forecast, but no. But we won a few pound anyway, so if we're winning, we're not losing. So something else was to say, but it's gone out of my head. Anyway, it's not that, but this. On to tomorrow. 6 o'clock at Kempton. Rarely do I go to an amateur jockey. Sometimes I do. I remember I had a good twist in Catterick last year with Simon Walker, and he has a ride in this, and he actually won this race last year as well. When he was riding with... I've seen it there, didn't I? For George Baker on Sense of Security. I think we actually backed that horse. But he's gone favourite in this race, but he hasn't ran on this track before. But Mccauleys, Tavern, Airdon Cagney takes the ride for Mark Loughnane. Now this won the last day on the track, and that's the reason I'm going for this. Is track when you're like, it is good back for him as well, but having ran well at the track before is a big plus. It used to be with Fozzie Stack in Ireland, and if you look at it there, when he went handicap, and it was in the 80s, it moved from Fozzie Stack over a year ago, to second in a maiden to American Sanja. We were on American Sanja that day, rated 86. Changed stables, went to Mark Loughnane. It's gone from 84 down to 60. And we look at his run the last day. Now, it wasn't the quickest of times, but I thought he'd done it well. Only a 4-year-old. That's him in the orange sleeves.
Very close to get.
I thought when he switched his leads there, the way he pulled away again, that he could improve even. He's only gone up from 64 to 68. Big horse there. It should be able to carry 11 stone 2 handy enough. The danger is, of course, Simon Walker on back tomorrow. 4-year-old Bay filly, but has no experience and is lightly raced. So we're going for the experience on the track tomorrow. Well, we'll see what price is it. I think there's a 3-1 shot, 100-30. 3-1, 94. Oh, it's a bit flip-flop, that market. The 3-1 is nice enough price there, I think. Anyway, that's it. Someone left a few comments there about Cheltenham, and we were going to do a few things. Hopefully, our buddy the Stig will be back next week if I can get him out of hibernation. He has been busy, but hopefully might be able to rescue him. But I'll be able to look at it on a weekly basis. Somebody asked had I put up any anti-post bets. I have 2 put up. I put up Facile Vega in the Turners. And the reason being I didn't think it'd take on. Where was he? No, that's not it. That's the Brown Advisory. Well, seeing that we have the Brown Advisory, we'll look at the Brown Advisory. I put up Nick Rocket in this. And the reason being, he's not qualified yet for the national hunt. And I see he's gone into 6 or 8 to 1. But he's not qualified for that yet. And he's entered in the 2 miles 5 in the Dublin Racing Festival. And if he runs pretty well in that, he won't be running again perhaps until the Brown Advisory. And then they'll have to get him to run a 3-mile race between the Dublin Racing Festival and Cheltenham to qualify for that. So, and all that money that has gone on for the national hunt will be in the bookies' satchels. That's why I'm a bit against in the new year back in anti-post. 25, 30 years ago, you could get your money's worth on anti-post bets. A horse could win a couple of runs with, say, maiden hurdles or novice hurdles and even a graded race. I could be shaded 33s, 50s, 66s. Now, if they finish third in a race, they're from 16s into 8s and all of that. It's a different game altogether. It's driven by the bookmakers to get money from you, from me, from all of us. I'm against it. I'm all right before Christmas, but I wait when it comes to this, and even the non-runner no bet stuff, you're dropping 4 to 6 points by doing that. So you're better off at this stage. My opinion is to wait for the final declarations and double your bet then, because don't be afraid of something to lose. The Brown Advisory, the Grange Clare Rest, and a couple of them are qualified. He has 2 qualified already for Willie Mullins. One of them is a let me see, where are we? No, there's 2 horses. There's the horse there, Limerick Lace. That was 10 to 1, and it's in 8s into 6s. That could be a bet for the Mayor's Chase, but at 10 to 1 it would have been, but not at 6 to 1. It's entered in a race on Sunday in Lingfield, and it's a stay-in chase. It's 2 miles 6. And Protectorate, Does He Know a Fugitive, I Will Do, Long Pressy, all of them. So it won pretty well the last day. We were on it. So it's rated only 145. But I was impressed with it the last day. And the likes of, that was over, 2.5 mile. It was second in the Troy-Town to Cocoa Beach. They could pop that out in front but they're not going, if they're going to run Dino Blue, that's 6 to 4 favourite, hasn't ran the trip before. I'd prefer to be on Limerick Lace actually than Dino Blue. What am I doing here? That was the Mayor's. We haven't seen Lassie Mouth yet, and if you look at a few of the horses there, Ashrow Diamond is a solid grade 1 horse. Ran very well last time out, I thought. There's a heap of them there. I don't think I think they might run Echoes and Rain actually in the Champion Hurdle. They could be going for 3rd spot in that. There was another race I was to look at. what day is the Turners? I should have this more organised, but I hadn't. I wouldn't be surprised if at the Dublin Racing Festival, if Willie Mullins ran Gaelic Warrior at 2 miles 1 against Marine Nationale to find out to get his ducks in order for Cheltenham, because would it be better to be second in the DRF in February than making a decision later if things didn't turn out with some of the 2 miles 1, and to see if can he go left-handed to the pace that with Marine Nationale and Facile Vega go for the Turners, because that isn't good enough to beat Marine Nationale. Because Willie will be trying to win the 3 novice chases, so he'll be getting his ducks in order. And the only horse I can see that he could try and win that race is Gaelic Warrior as a speed to try get out in front and make Marine Nationale make a mistake or something. Otherwise, Marine Nationale is home and hosed. I think it's the only horse I've seen that is capable of beating it. But who am I? I'm only a modest bus driver and punter. That would leave. That's the reason I was went anti-post with for Facile Vega for the Turners. That in the event that this might happen, I knew it wasn't good enough to go in the Arkle. The reason I went with Nick Rocket, I fancied it. I knew it probably wouldn't. If that shows in the first 3 in the Dublin Racing Festival, or even a close second, they're not going to go the National Hunt Chase with that. They have 2 qualified already. And the 2 mares races, Limerick Lace and Ashrow Diamond. I have one in my mind as well. I must mention it some of the nights, but I'll want to check it out better than this for the Pertemps and the Mayor's Novice Hurl. Anyway, if I find something in the morning, if Southwell goes ahead, I've one that I might back, but as of now, there's only the one. So, bash the bookies, over and out.